everybody, welcome back to Is It Kino, your favorite movie review podcast. It is once again just me and Florian on this episode. I am Simeon Jimmy. Florian, what did you think of Napoleon?
I love when he said, "I'm the Napoleon, baby."
Uh-huh. Well, that's been it for Is It Kino, so thanks for tuning in. Oh, wait, somebody else just walked in the room. Is that Weekend Warrior?
Hey, my personal favorite, Florian, was when Napoleon went, "It's morbing time," and he slaps Josephine. That was a highlight of the movie.
As you do, yeah.
And could it be, is that Florian's twin brother with an identical voice, Ivrich Himzel?
Mama.
Yep.
I'm like hornily pacing back and forth right now.
Exact same voice as Florian.
Yeah,
and
that's what I sound like.
And our Texas lad, Kino Corner.
I have mixed thoughts on Cuck 2023.
It's about as good as the other Cuck.
Quickly.
You mean Warcell 2023, right?
Now, this is going to be a nightmare, but this is the Christmas special, so I thought we should have the whole family all together to talk about this great biographical picture.
I hate it! Everyone shut up! I hate it! I'm gonna talk over you this whole time!
Well, I guess we should start with the dissenting opinion, so I guess Weekend and Kino, please go off.
I haven't watched it yet because it's not available in Thailand. But I just
pulled an Erich, huh?
Yeah. But from what I've seen, I hate it. He reduced Napoleon to a war cell, which is fucking amazing.
Well,
is
it? I'm gonna say that I don't hate it, but the more I gave it 3 stars after seeing it because I think the movie has terrible pacing, and I did find myself bored throughout the film. It goes really fast and then it gets really slow. It just doesn't feel like the 2.5 hours. Maybe I would like it more if I saw the 4-hour version because it really feels.
Yeah, that might fix the pacing.
Yeah, I need that.
It felt like a rush job. Like they cut this down and it. I don't know. It just felt like it was paced super, super weirdly, and it took me out of it. I didn't really like the whole Josephine angle on it. I didn't think that there was a lot of meat there. It felt kind of half baked. I don't know. A lot of the movie felt half baked to me. I thought that Joaquin Phoenix was miscast as Napoleon.
Wow!
They should have
How
got
dare
younger.
you?
That's crazy.
They should have got somebody younger and more charismatic.
More charismatic.
Excuse me, Mr. Jokesman is not charismatic.
Yeah, the Joker's the most charismatic actor I can think of.
Oh my god.
I think for the purposes of Ridley Scott, like just shitting on Napoleon, maybe the Joaquin Phoenix is an inspired casting choice from him.
Well, I don't know. Do we feel like
Napoleon? What if Napoleon was actually incel?
Yeah. What if Napoleon is awkward as fuck?
There was no shitting on Napoleon. This was aggrandizement of the highest order.
No, every sex scene was shitting on Napoleon. Look, all right.
Oh, that's not how you fuck? Great. You don't stand behind her and go as fast as possible?
Come on, guys.
Look, if you're not making
Ridley Scott tried to
you're
show.
You're not doing it right, okay?
Ridley Scott was like, oh yeah, the English fuck like this, so the French must fuck like this too. You know? Oh, all right, lass. Lie back and think of England.
I mean, do you really think that the Emperor of France cares if his woman comes? Like, of course, he's going to bust his nut and say,
French,
okay, let's go.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
He's French.
Ivrich, let's hear from you. What did you think of these sex scenes?
I thought they were pretty good overall. They were short, just like Napoleon.
To the point.
Got him. 5'6" manlet. Take that, bitch.
Okay, why were they in a bath and they were still fully clothed? Look, it's 2.5 hours. At least give me some titties, you know?
So true.
Look,
Oppenheimer opened
it's
the titties.
Clear.
Oh, Christopher Nolan knew this. Ridley Scott is the lesser British man.
We've got a Kingdom of Heaven situation on our hands. There is a masterly 4-hour cut of this movie that makes sense of everything that doesn't quite fit here in this 2.5 hour long cut. I thought this movie was way longer than it needed to be, actually, funnily enough. I thought
Yeah.
the Waterloo segment at the end was way too long, and I was just like, all right, I'm ready to get out of here. At this
Were you
point.
hoping that ABBA would come in and start singing Waterloo?
Waterloo.
Da, 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 da. That would have been a good soundtrack, actually. I'm like, why not at this point? You know, this movie is so goofy
Yeah.
and funny. Why not have Waterloo by ABBA play during the war scene?
Mhm.
And then have my idea where
Perfect
he actually
fits it,
wins
yeah.
it, and it's like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but for
Yeah, they rewrite history. That'd be great.
I mean, they already had a guy with a fucking sniper rifle, you know, shooting halfway across the battlefield, as if there were any rifles that were that accurate back then.
Look,
And
look,
has
He
been like
missed.
really-
It wasn't
really
accurate. He
Scott-
missed.
he clearly does
No.
not give a shit about historical accuracy, because
It was accurate. He only missed because Napoleon turned.
Gladiator.
Doesn't he have like Napoleon? I read that Napoleon has like what 5 black generals is in the movie. Is that true?
Yeah, he does
I
have
saw
black
one.
generals. There's like
Okay.
random black people that kind of pop up like, oh guys, hey, we're diverse. Like it's like every 30 or 40 minutes they'll have like some random like but I mean, I think the bigger crime is that they had all these Anglos playing as the French. When it got to the whole like anti the English, you know, Waterloo segment, it got a little confusing.
Well,
as,
first
like,
of all,
which
I
side
don't
was speaking.
respect the French at all, so I
Same.
don't mind not giving French actors spotlights.
Damn.
I'm on Team France. I'm more on Team anti.
All right, you might as well surrender already then.
Are you on Team Vince Cassell? Because
I'll say
Oh, yes.
this film gave me a newfound respect for the French, but I guess only like that era of French people, because, you know, they're getting fed up with their rulers, they're chopping their heads off. And as a red-blooded American, any film that features British redcoats getting fucking slaughtered and massacred and killed in warfare, that's A-okay with me. So I think for the first time ever, this movie gave me a respect for French people.
But they just
I
made
think-
a worse ruler. Napoleon
I
is
just
like the
went right
worst thing.
to getting kings and emperors and shit.
Oh yeah, that's what the Austrian would say. Oh, you sorry you lost. Sorry you lost.
Well, not for long, did we? We were there.
it took you 6 coalition wars before you dropped Napoleon.
Oh, Florian, that reminds me, we do need to talk about this. You said
Oh,
in the-
you had to go get mommy and daddy to help you.
Florian, you said in the
invaded everyone then, huh?
in the chat the other day, Florian, you were telling us that there are some Austrian folk heroes who like fought against Napoleon, and I was curious about that.
Yeah, he's called Andreas Hofer, and he was a farmer from Tyrol, where I am, basically the city. And
Why is Everidge laughing?
yeah, what's funny,
It's
man?
hilarious. Like this is what Florian learns in school.
Hey, my grandpa had a statue of Andreas Hofer. Okay,
What?
he proudly fought against the French. Okay, and then he was betrayed by the Kaiser, who just surrendered. Okay,
Oh, man.
we tried
Oh,
our
man.
best. Okay, it was all that
So-
Kaiser
so
from
an
Vienna messing it
Florian.
up.
So you're telling me that one Austrian stood up to the whole French army?
Yeah, it was basically like Asterix and Obelix. You know, they definitely got that idea from us. You know.
Holy
Yeah, any Austrian man who stands up against the world does deserve a statue in Florian's grandpa's house.
We'll not
you,
say
Grandpa
the other one
Florian.
that's in his
Oh
house.
no,
Thank you, Grandpa Hemsel.
yeah,
Very cool.
Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
So is he a hero because he died in the war?
Well, he died because the Kaiser had him arrested. You know, he was winning the fight against the French, but I guess I don't know if they pulled back or not. But you know, he was defending his home. So yeah, they.
Damn.
Yeah, what's that Trump quote about John McCain? Like, I prefer heroes who don't get imprisoned.
Don't get captured.
It was captured by his own side.
Yeah. Sounds like a shitty hero
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
a skill issue.
Iron Man could have got out of that.
Yeah, I mean,
Captain America would have said, fuck this, and ripped off the cuffs. But no, your hero
Iron Man
sucks.
was in there in a cave with a box of scraps, and he made a fucking.
yeah.
Yeah, Napoleon was
Yeah.
in a France with a
What-
box
what-
of scraps.
What does Hofa have? A nice Austrian hut with a bow and arrow or something?
No, he had muskets.
Oh yeah, muskets. Okay.
Yeah, there was like a priest who had a spear cross. You know, it was cool.
Oh, that's
in the
cool,
movie.
yeah.
Florian, what is the Austrian national opinion of Napoleon? Is he like the history's greatest monster? What's the?
Oh, Well, nobody cares actually. Like,
No.
if like people will know Andreas Hofer, but like if you tell them he fought against Napoleon, they'll be surprised because they didn't realize, you know.
Oh, that's weird. They know they know the hero, but not what made him a hero.
Yeah, they don't know the villain. It's pretty weird, huh?
That's weird. Is Napoleon not taught in school?
Villain, hero. As I see it, Andreas Hofer kind of got what he was asking for.
Ooh,
Yeah.
damn.
Well, Florian,
The French deserve to have all of Europe, except for Russia.
Florian, you see
That's
Napoleon
not
as a villain, Florian. But does anybody here want to argue that he's a hero? I guess Kino does.
Wait, who's a
I
hero?
don't
Napoleon.
I don't think that he's a hero. I just don't think. I think that he's admirable in a lot of ways, like his military tactics for one, and his ability to
Pleasure
his
a woman.
leadership abilities, and his ability to pleasure women, and you know, and he was also an incredibly smart guy, like for one, really into Egyptology, and you know, I like a guy who really likes his food. Destiny brought him that lamb chop.
Yeah.
Which
That-
was
the
probably
most
the best line of the
authentic
whole
one.
film.
That's definitely from history. See, I think
I
Napoleon.
believe that was a real thing he said.
Yeah,
Hell
that
yeah.
sounds like something.
Well,
Yeah.
anyways, I think Napoleon is just the worst. I think he's pretty much just a cancer that's just spreading. You know, it's just some stupid idiot who thinks he needs to have it all. He needs to conquer all his neighbors. He will not rest until everyone is dead. And
Are you
like,
talking about Napoleon, or are you talking about any Roman emperor right now?
Well, I mean, they're just as bad, but like Napoleon was only 200 years ago. Like he's pretty close to
Only
Hitler, you know?
200. Yeah, back when I was only a teenager.
Yeah.
Is Napoleon the greatest Roman emperor, Kino?
Napoleon had more military successes than Julius Caesar.
He had gunpowder. Come on. Like obviously that's easier.
Well, no, Julius Caesar. I mean,
He didn't have
Julius
gunpowder.
Caesar he didn't have gunpowder, but it's not to say that the battles were easier.
I've
Imagine-
defeated Napoleon many
Every-
times in Civilization, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, eat
Yeah.
shit, Napoleon. Yeah.
No,
Who do you guys play? Who do you guys play as in Civilization? I like to play as Rome.
Yeah, Rome's the best. The culture bonus is pretty good.
Which one of those games is
Yeah.
worth playing? Because I got like one that was on the Switch and it was terrible.
Oh no, you got to play it on the PC.
Yeah.
Which
play on
one did
PC,
you
dude.
get?
It's probably like Civ 6 or some bullshit. Like, what's the old school
I
good
like
game?
Civ 4 is really good. I like Civ 5 too.
Yeah, I got really into Civ 4 back in the day, but now I feel like it's just not so good anymore. The new ones, I don't know. Maybe it was
No,
never
the
good.
new ones fell off. Yeah, no.
Can't
the
you make
new
like
ones aren't that
Gandhi
great.
into a genocidal maniac?
Yeah,
Well, I think
That's
that was
in-
already
that's a
in
meme,
4.
right?
Yeah,
That's
they
a
meme.
they programmed him wrong.
Is that the next
was
Ridley
amazing.
They
Scott
programmed
movie?
him wrong. Yeah. Yeah. What happened?
Right.
What happened was that like they for each like world leader they had like a piece. You know, like their
Peace
wanting for
meter?
Peace. Yeah, peace meter like out of 10, and Gandhi was already set to like 9, and then when you get to a point and you're able and you like make the UN or I forget exactly what happens, it causes all the other leaders to go up 2 points in peace. And what it does for Gandhi is it makes him -1 because it like resets.
Wow.
That rolls.
and it makes him want to nuke everybody.
I mean, I swear he was from ancient times, okay, but whatever. He's like always asking for.
Oh, he
for
does
things.
this weird thing to girls, right? He forces. What the fuck do you call it?
I mean,
Wait,
have you guys?
Gandhi
have you guys
forced
read,
women to
Cheat
do
on his
something?
wife.
Have you guys read Gandhi's letter to defending Hitler?
I'm sure he made some good points. Let's hear him.
Wow.
Let me look it up.
Have
right
you
now.
seen what these Jews are doing?
I forgot. What's that when you force someone to not shit or to shit? What the fuck do you call it?
Human centipede
yeah,
eaters?
Excuse
No,
me.
no.
Oh, so he had Gandhi's pre-war letter to Hitler, but he also had a letter to England. He goes, "Dear friend, friends have been urging me to write you on the sake of humanity, but I have resisted their request because of the feeling that any letter from you would be impertinence. Something tells me I must not calculate and I must make my appeal for whatever it may be worth. It is quite clear that you are today the one person in the world who can prevent a war which may reduce humanity to the savage state. Must you pay the price for an object, however worthy it may appear to you to be? Will you listen to the appeal of one who has deliberately shunned the method of war, not without considerable success? Anyway, I anticipate your forgiveness. I have erred in writing to you. Herr Hitler, Berlin, Germany. I remain your sincere friend, Mahatma Gandhi.
Well, confirms that all pacifists are cucks, you know? But at least he tried.
Are there any photos of Hitler and Gandhi hanging out as friends?
Wouldn't be surprised.
That'll be the thumbnail.
I mean,
This is the last
if
time
they
split
exist.
friends.
Can ChatGPT or whatever make an image of Napoleon, Hitler, and Gandhi hanging out, and I'll make that the thumbnail.
Wow,
I found-
that'd be
Guys, I found it. He gives himself and his companions enemas. That's what
Whoa.
Wait, Gandhi did that?
Yeah.
What kind of enema?
I know what you're thinking, Mumkey. Based AF, right?
Oh, so true. I enema my asshole every night just to clean it out.
Guys, I got you all an early Christmas gift. Look under your seats, you'll find an enema for all of you.
You get an enema! You get an enema!
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird. Right.
Now, Weekend, as a man who has not seen this film that we're reviewing, what are your thoughts on the trailer, I guess?
Oh, you know what? In my earlier tweets, the impression I got, they showed the Battle of Austerlitz, the cool shit, and I was like, yeah, my emperor. And then the reviews came out, and like, oh god, it's like
The ice thing
like,
didn't really happen.
It's
is the thing.
as far
no, the ice, no, the
it's
ice thing. The ice thing didn't happen in that way. I read in that's the Battle of Austerlitz, right? That depiction.
I thought they stole
The-
that from
the-
Game of Thrones.
There was a route.
kind of looked
and-
like Game of Thrones.
That's going to
It's like-
happen in the next book.
Yeah. And
Spoiler alert.
The army chased the guys, and they got mad because like it took them most of the day to beat them, and they were just pissed. So just fucking kill them. So that's what happened.
But he
I'm not
didn't
sure if
shoot
Napoleon ordered
he
it.
didn't shoot a lake and make everybody drown, because that was fucking awesome.
I wouldn't be surprised if people did fall on the lake just because it was frozen, right? And they shot through it.
Pretty sure there was no lake. Pretty sure.
No, there was.
No, there was a lake. Yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah.
it wasn't frozen and people weren't on it.
I feel like somebody in history has done this intentionally, because I've heard this kind of story before. Is it not true?
This is one of those passed into myth, passed into legend type stories,
Yeah.
probably. If I had to guess.
Let me check. I have a.
I mean, like the thing about Napoleon is that he's a very well documented guy. You know,
He wrote tons of letters.
Yeah.
wrote tons and
Yeah.
tons of letters. Lots of documentation on his military strategy as well. I mean, there's
His
a
men
book.
really liked him.
Yeah, and there's a book I'd read in high school called "The Diary of a Napoleonic Foot Soldier" that documents, the march into Russia, which is like a huge thing. Was like a years-long war of like marching over there,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets relegated to a very small sequence in the film, and also the movie completely glosses over the whole coalition forming and Tsar Alexander's march on to Paris, which is why Tsar Alexander was in Paris to dance with Josephine. Like it glosses over like some huge some major like aspects, and it's just like, oh yeah, Tsar Alexander hates you now. Everyone hates you now. Bye bye.
I don't want to overpromise what the director's cut might do, but I have to imagine that some of the like characters who show up for like one scene in this 2.5 hour long version have something else in the longer cut. It's just gotta be.
His second wife gets literally one scene. She's not in any other
Yeah,
scene
she was
except when he meets
really
her.
missing.
Or she's like a living pregnancy test where it's like, all right,
Wasn't
let's
the
see if we
second-
can knock her up.
Wasn't the
No,
second
no,
Well,
wife
it's
the
like
wife
as I was saying in the chat, he had like several bastard kids.
Yeah, he did.
Like, he knew that his sperm were swimming, but then they kind of put in this thing like, oh, you have to like fuck this random girl that we have in your bed right now to see if your sperm can swim. And I'm like, I think Napoleon knew that he was able to sire a son.
Is
Wait,
that kind of
happened
just
in
the
the film?
movie way to give us the reason why he divorced Josephine? Like instead of showing all these bastard children, they just kind of put it into one character.
Reason.
They could have just done a montage of him just like screwing everybody and like every country.
That would have been good if it's him doing that like
Soprano.
huge thrust and it's just a montage of a bunch of different women being brutally assaulted. That'd be pretty
No.
good.
No, well, I mean they were
That's in the 6 arc.
Oh, great!
no. You know what would have made it more Kino is if it was like he's in the exact same placement in the frame and the women are in the exact same position, and it's just cutting between all these different women, all these different locations, but it's kind of like he's remaining in motion
In the same
across
place,
all
yeah.
of them.
Every time he
In the
thrusts,
same
it's a
place.
new woman.
Yeah, that'd be a good editing
Yeah.
challenge. I think that might score you an Oscar if we can get this to happen.
I don't know. Might not be living up to the Oscar, you know. It's not
But
clean
but
enough.
the sex scenes for me, I just felt like were kind of lazy because
Why?
it's obvious
Is it because
like,
of the way he has sex?
well because it's just like, oh yeah, see, it's like such, I don't know, it's like definitely directed by a British dude, right? Because he's like, oh yeah, and by the way, Napoleon was bad in bed and she didn't have any sexual pleasure. Look, he can't even please his wife.
Pleasing your
You
wife,
know.
isn't that like a modern thing? Like back then, who gave a
Yeah,
fuck?
It would be.
Even today, most of
well,
us don't care.
Wait, all right.
There
he
were a
wrote
lot
the
of there were a lot
Wait,
of
what?
thoughts. There were a lot of thoughts that like in
It helped
the
conception.
1800 that female orgasm actually helped conception.
That's
So-
right.
Yeah, you know
must-
what would help with that? The letter to Josephine, when he said, "Please don't wash. Will arrive in 3 days." Wholly based.
Yeah, why wasn't that in the movie?
I know,
And yeah,
like
If he's trying to humiliate Napoleon, like there's some good stuff out there.
my problem, I think, other than like some of the very glaring historical inaccuracies, which honestly for the entertainment of a movie I can look over.
Thank
But I think
you.
I think my biggest problem with the movie is that it doesn't really know what it wants to be, and I think it becomes way too unfocused. And it tries to capture over 20 years of a guy's life, and it tries to be this military epic, and also this kind of like chamber
Chamber drama,
rom-com,
like
chamber
close
drama,
in. Yeah.
rom-com, and it kind of just it doesn't get the best of both worlds. It sort of
Awkward.
both feel a bit, as I said earlier, both feel a bit half-baked. I think that it would have been better if it took one thing and it just focused on that one thing, and we could get like a more three-dimensional story on just him and Josephine, or on his time. It seemed like Ridley Scott had more fun shooting the battle sequences, so maybe he should have just focused on that. But if he
Oh
wanted to do a movie
fuck
about
no! I'd say cut out the battle sequences. Give me more awkward scenes of the couple arguing in front of other people.
like
Yeah, that was a really weird mix, and like it's so weird how it's so gritty. But then like when it says, oh, he's got like 500 of his soldiers, 500,000 of his soldiers dead, we don't see that. Like there's nothing sad about how he gets everyone around him killed and how he's the most toxic cunt of all. There's no remorse or anything. He's just like, oh damn, I
Why would you
lost.
Well,
Like,
He doesn't
yeah.
Yeah.
have
at the beginning of
Well,
the credits,
he
at the end, they show all the kill counts for each encounter.
Yeah.
well,
Like,
for like
why
a
wasn't that in
select
the
handful.
movie?
It was. I just said that it was.
I know, but why
a
wasn't
select-
it shown?
Oh, well,
Yeah, no, like,
how
it's
would
one-
you feel shit?
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, he caused over 3 million people to die. It's like, yeah, that's called war. But
what is it good for?
it,
absolutely nothing.
there were like battle scenes too where he like walked across the battle and saw, after the battle had ended and saw all the devastation. I mean, not battle scenes in the movie, but like in real life. And there's a painting of this where he like walks across and sees all the dead people, and then calls himself like a butcher and calls it a waste. And it's like,
Yeah.
why didn't you have something like that?
Yeah, it's so weird, and like he never rode into battle. Apparently, like that was completely made up. So why did
What?
he make up that he's like heroic?
He was.
I mean, like
yeah. He was notoriously a terrible horseman.
yeah,
Well, he
Like,
did get his horse blown up by a
He was not a
cannonball at
very
the
good
beginning.
horseman.
it's tragic fakery. But
No,
like,
but it
like-
shows him. It shows him riding into battle. It's like that doesn't happen. That didn't happen.
yeah, in
Yeah,
the
that
end,
Alps
they
thinking.
they show the other guys, and they're like, no, we're officers. We're not gonna shoot at the enemy. We're officers. And Napoleon's there riding in the front line like he's one of the guys. That's not how that would have worked, and that's definitely not historical. Why would you
No.
portray him that way? And why?
And
why
that's stupid. And that's
Yeah.
stupid. It's like he's the guy giving the orders. Why would he go to the very front
Exactly.
where he's most likely to get killed? And then if they shoot him, then they lose.
But that's
Like,
what the movie is saying. It's
uh,
like Napoleon is so great because he went in, even though he didn't. And these other guys, they're just cowering and shooting with their sniper bullets.
E-Rich, can you tell me,
it would've been-
is George Washington not one of these people? Didn't he lead his soldiers into battle, or am I wrong?
I don't know about that.
I thought you were the historian here, E-Rich.
Yeah, I just don't know of any time in which he actually
George
led his
Washington was a
soldiers into
coward as
battle.
well.
Yeah, that's like history, right, Yurich? That's
Dude,
that's the E.
they also make him like this spy where it's like he's dressing up as different like peasants or whatever, and then like getting close to the enemy lines, and it's like, no, he would have people to do that. You know, he had people to do stuff like that to scout. It would have been cool. They kind of touch on this a little bit, but you know, the system of messengers that had like, you know, 2 horses or whatever. Because like Waterloo, also the Battle of Waterloo was much bigger than the movie makes it out to be. Like it spanned over something like 17 kilometers, and there were battles inside villages and towns.
Wow.
Where people were like holed up in buildings and everything. It would have been much cooler if it like showed him kind of in the general's tent, you know, making all the military decisions and sending it out through his messengers, and then kind of intercutting between the different places. And
Well, that probably
You know,
wouldn't have
where
been
you
that
actually
interesting,
see-
to be honest.
I actually don't want that at the end of the movie.
No,
I'm
you-
like,
At the end, especially. Like, when he's losing, it's like, oh, no.
No,
they
like just
wiped
a
us off
setup
the map.
for like how he does battle. I think that
by the time he was coming back from Elba, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, is this movie over yet?
Would you guys have liked if there was more meditative solitude on the islands when he gets banished? Because we kind of skipped most of that.
yeah, he's
I
on
like
the,
the last scene.
he's on the island for
with
like
those
2
girls.
minutes.
Yeah, I wanted to see him really just
I
sit
know,
with himself alone for a bit.
Did you know that he was a noble from Corsica, where they banished him to? Like
He's a
crazy.
noble?
Yeah, apparently he was. They keep saying, "Oh, he came from nothing." Nope, he was a noble too. Like nothing was
he's not-
changed.
yeah,
the
he
revolution was
so
bullshit.
His dad-
probably
his dad was a lawyer.
Corsican noble, but like people probably looked down on him anyway because he was
Yeah.
from Corsica.
He's like,
Yeah,
and,
because he was
think
like,
so.
Corsican.
and the dollar exchange rate from Corsica dollars to French pounds wasn't high, Florian. So he came across as this weird provincial guy in French Academy. So leave him alone.
Do you know how many opportunities you'd have as a nobleman? Come on, like he came from nothing. Give me a break.
but he became a military
Yeah,
guy.
that's like
Yeah.
That's like saying that a Guatemalan noble came into America and then became
Yeah.
Emperor of America.
Yeah, that's a
Well, he
like a
still had it
second-class
easier than
citizen.
someone else from there.
It's like it's calling Weekend a Thailand noble who moves to the Philippines. It's like, okay.
Oh, by the way, guys, I found the thing where the Austerlitz battle happened, and apparently, some sources say that 15,000 to 12,000 men drowned in the lake when he told the people to open fire. But there's another account that says the artillery fire did not actually break the ice, but some people still died, but not as many as 15,000 or 12,000. Yeah.
There'd
So
have
it's
to
like
be a big
around
fucking lake for
100
15,000 people to fall in.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah, they
these
just
battles
accidentally walk
were
onto
huge.
the lake.
Yeah.
I would say that if you want like a better movie that it's like a miniseries, well, it's released as as a two-parter movie, and it won the Oscar for Best Foreign Film, is that deals with Napoleon's attack on Russia. Is the Soviet version of War and Peace by Sergei Bondarchuk, and then Bondarchuk after that made the film Waterloo.
Did he use the ABBA soundtrack?
Well, considering that Waterloo came out in 1970, I don't think so.
I thought ABBA was in the 60s, maybe the 70s.
Wait, did Ridley Scott use ABBA in this fucking movie?
He should have.
Yeah, the end credits.
Yeah, he should have.
Oh, wait, the end credits had it? Like a slow, somber piano cover?
I was trying to trick Weekend.
Wait,
but I accidentally tricked you.
I was hoping.
End credits supermassive black hole, Erich.
Yeah, they went to the Twilight soundtrack. Okay, you guys have had 30 minutes to shit on this fine film. I'm gonna start the praise train or chugging. I'd say this one and Beau is Afraid are my top two of the year so far, but of course I'll need more reevaluation on that in the future. And they're very similar films. They're poorly paced, 3-hour Joaquin Phoenix comedies that are not billed as being comedies. And I think this movie, you guys are looking at it through the wrong lens. It is an absurdist comedy more than anything else, and I think people are going in with the wrong expectations.
You keep saying this like, oh, this movie and that movie is like, no, this movie isn't funny, okay? It wasn't designed to
You're
be
wrong.
Hilarious. It's hilarious.
The director said in an interview it's meant to be very funny.
Really?
Florian.
He literally did say that.
Keen says, "You think you're so great because you have boats."
Then he walks away.
Supposed to be funny.
Yeah, and then he walks away awkwardly. How is that not funny?
Well, I guess I'm beat.
Yeah, it's obviously meant to be funny.
Yeah.
And I think you
I
have to
did
have an
laugh
awkward
several
sense of
times during
humor because basically any scene with Napoleon and Josephine is just like top tier Nathan Fielder cringe, and that kind of stuff really gets my goat.
But why would you just make like such a gritty war movie and then like design it to be funny? That's ridiculous.
You should ask him. You should ask the great Ridley Scott that question.
Yeah, it's called having artistic integrity. You should look into it.
Yeah, maybe. You know, I have a lot of problems
should've
with
made,
this movie. Come on, but I think
You should have made Binding of Isaac funny.
Okay.
Poop is the funniest thing ever. How dare you? So this movie is weird. But
I forgot that
still-
Germans don't know what funny is.
will you shut up?
Yeah, let's give Florian a chance.
Yeah, Florian.
I thought it was all weird and shit, but at the end, I just wish I could have more Joaquin Phoenix as the Napoleon, you know, because it was just that good somehow. I don't know. Maybe these weird, awkward moments just really endeared him to me, you know. So I think this is definitely a really good movie. But I mean, I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but I guess it turned out really well in the end. So everyone should check it out.
High praise. Wow.
Erich, give me your high praise.
So like there's a scene where like you're seeing him like running out of the like huge council they're having, getting chased by this huge mob of guys, and they lock all the doors, and then he comes back in with like all of his soldiers, and he's still kind of like tripping up and shit like that, but he does take the throne eventually. And like
in that scene when he says they're trying to kill me, that delivery was like top 3 funniest deliveries of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the movie plays him like a bumbling kind of brute who is just horny all the time and just happens to be a military genius as well. And I think it's incredibly funny to put Napoleon like that. Like these movies are not going to be historically accurate. That has like gone out the window a long time ago. I was just mainly entertained by all of those Joaquin Phoenix scenes.
Well, I mean, I don't know how long ago it went out the window because we just had Oppenheimer, you know, so that was pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, with Ridley Scott movies.
Okay.
The historical inaccuracies of Napoleon make me really worried that I now have the wrong idea about what actually happened with the House of Gucci. Was the Gucci guy's brother? Was he actually not like Mario?
I heard.
That, yeah.
I heard that was completely bullshit. Yeah. Wait, did you realize? Was that a joke?
That's one of Jared Leto's best roles.
I sold off the stocks, Papa. I sold them. I needed the money.
between that, The Last Duel, and Napoleon, like Ridley Scott knows how to direct comedy.
Was the Last Duel a comedy? Wasn't it like a drama, a
Last Duel
style
is
drama?
The Last Duel, like one of the lines that sticks out to me is like when she tells Matt Damon that she had been raped, and he's like, "All right, well, don't let me be the last man who's had you," and he like just pulls down her pants.
Oh my god!
It's like,
Well, I always think of Ben Affleck saying "cunt" under his breath.
A Weekend, what did you post in the chat here? This Twitter thing.
Well, this I posted too, like the boat
boat
line
thing?
and the comedy line, where he says that it's a lot of it is meant to be funny. If you don't laugh, you have no sense of humor whatsoever.
And Florian sitting there stone-faced the whole movie.
Yeah, and then he's thinking this is fucking deep and based. Thank you, Ridley Scott.
No, unironically, thank you, Ridley Scott, because this movie was hilarious.
Yeah, I guess I don't get it anymore. Well, I mean, whatever. At least I enjoyed it.
I don't know. I laughed more at The Holdovers than at Napoleon. I thought that was a funnier movie.
What about Dream
wait,
Scenario?
was-
Because I'm seeing that this weekend.
Yeah, I want to watch it,
Dream
but I don't
Scenarios.
think.
Dream Scenario is really funny.
Good.
Wait, what's it? Is it out
I'd say
on the internet?
Dream Scenario. Yeah, I'm editing my my review of Dream Scenario right now. It's really funny. It's a really funny movie, and it's definitely like that awkward cringe comedy throughout.
Oh my god, I'm
the
so
whole
hyped.
film.
We might have to come back next week
And
to review
there
that
is
one.
There's a very awkward sex scene. Very.
in the Holdovers or in Napoleon?
Neither one. We're talking about Dream Scenario.
Oh damn! Sorry, my bad.
It's all good.
In Dream Scenario, The Holdovers doesn't have any sex scenes, but it is incredibly funny.
Wait, Paul Giamatti does not hang dong in
Yeah.
the film.
He does not, unfortunately.
That's some bullshit. He did in
No,
Big
no.
Fat Liar, and Frankie
No, he
Muniz was
doesn't.
not happy about it. Amanda Bynes said, "No, thank you." Amanda, please
Look,
don't pull
Big
down your
Fat Liar-
pants.
I remember like growing up with Big Fat Liar and then learning later on in life that it actually got terrible reviews when it came out, and I was like, why? That movie's hilarious. And
then you watched it, and you're like, "Oh yeah, it still
speaking-
holds
speak-
up."
it still does. Dude,
Thank
Paul
you.
Giamatti as the Blue Man is fucking hilarious.
Oh, Marty Wolf is an iconic
and
character. Marty Wolf
And
Pictures,
get
please
this.
hold.
Big Fat Liar, Criterion when?
Big
Yes, please.
Big Fat Liar. Big Fat Liar also has a character that's just there to make fun of John Woo. And speaking of that, John Woo's new movie Silent Night is coming out
It
this
sounds
weekend.
bad. It sounds like it's pretty bad.
And Urkel's in the film as himself.
Are we just
Yeah,
saying things?
yeah,
or is that
Urkel's
true?
in the film. as
No, the
himself.
guy who plays Urkel is in
No,
Big Fat
that's
Liar.
true.
Man, I'm out of the loop. I haven't kept up with
Yeah.
any of these movies.
We should review Big Fat Liar. That's a great film.
It sounds like a good
I've seen it
idea.
like once a year my entire life.
Yeah,
should-
I'm
we should
starting a
definitely
new
review-
series on my. I'm starting a new series on my channel where I revisit movies that got bad reviews when they came out to see if they hold up. Like, I should put Big Fat Liar onto the list.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you ever do
definitely.
Kung Pao, hit me up. Fucking love that movie.
Well,
What,
we should,
people
we should
didn't like
review.
Kung Pao when it came out? One of the best fucking movies
Kung
of all
Pao
time.
got terrible reviews. It has like a
come
Metacritic
on.
score of like 14 out of 100.
That's a fucking
Like-
classic, and my
like,
friends, we go, wee.
I love how on the DVD of it, it says that it got mixed reviews.
Which is very generous, yeah.
Which is
He
very
doesn't
generous.
qualify what the mix is exactly of the review.
Why would you put that on the DVD? That's crazy.
It's like the mixed nuts where the cashews are like 2% of the nuts. and it's
Florian,
like-
do you know what Kung Pao
Yeah.
is?
It's a type of chicken, right?
No, this movie we're talking
wow.
about.
Yeah, I think I've heard.
You
of
want
it.
fries with that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
$5, baby.
I might be in the minority, but I find it insufferable.
Oh my god.
You guys know me. I love bad movies. I just think they tried too hard on that one.
Wow, it was too good.
No, it's intentionally like
I think
a horrible dub on purpose to be funny.
Oh, wait, are you supposed to watch the dub or not?
It's an old like Chinese.
It's only a dub. There's no.
Oh.
You can't watch the original. I don't think.
Well, that's all.
Well, and
movies
they
cut up.
shot some new scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, several movies cut up, and you know what's funny is that if you like those old kung fu, like Chinese kung fu movies, some of the way that they have some of the people dub is actually very accurate to the actual English dubs that these kung fu movies would get. Like I was watching one of Jackie Chan's old movies called The Fearless Hyena, and I was watching with my brother, so I put the dubs on and not the subs, and the dubs reminded me so much of Kung Pao.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what they're making fun of.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it sound like it's up your alley, Florian?
Sorry,
Sure, we
you got
could do that.
They were only
sorry, you
pretending
got
to be
filtered,
retarded.
monkey.
Yeah, I did get
Oh,
filtered.
I thought we were gonna see whether or not we would review it. I mean, I don't know. It could
Put it on the fucking PCP poll, dude.
It's not my kind of thing.
Yeah,
I'll put it on the
I
next
think
one.
I have that entire movie. I think I have that entire movie memorized. I don't know.
Let's
how many
hear
times
it.
I've seen
I
that
can
film.
definitely do most of it.
Yeah,
for
do
sure.
the whole thing.
Yeah. What's line number
Yeah,
5?
Ventriloquist,
Yeah, you're not-
ventriloquist.
Keep going.
Isn't there a Taco
over
Bell
here,
song?
outside the walls.
We practice every day.
And then,
He carries
and
the
then
basket. He carries the paper roll.
and the guy who's kung fu is like they taught him to be a loser as a joke.
Wimplo.
This is
Yeah.
Wimplo, yeah,
I'm
Wimplo,
bleeding.
there
That's
you
a
go.
joke.
I'm bleeding. That makes me the victor.
Florian, are there any movies that you know all the lines to?
Got an ass, I'll kick it.
Well, I guess I'd be the closest with Paint Your Wagon, but I'm still really bad at lines, you know?
Okay.
That's pretty bad.
I implore you to
Wait till you
reconsider.
see. Wait till you see your foot to my. Wait till you see your foot to my nut style.
Yeah, none of this is funny. Can we go back to Big Fat Liar? That's a true comedy.
Would you say 10 million?
Isn't that something we should be reviewing right now? Damn.
Napoleon?
Big Fat Liar. Is
Imagine
that
that.
movie?
Big Fat Napoleon.
Frankie Muniz. I
Yeah.
haven't watched this.
You didn't know this?
Dude, it's Kino.
Wait,
And
you didn't-
Amanda
wait,
Bynes.
you don't know about this movie?
No, I don't. Yeah.
It's an
We can-
all-time
you just
classic.
walk away.
It's-
You just walk away during our episodes. Like, we were talking about this. We even mentioned their names.
Yeah, like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, but when you I heard you, but I haven't. This is the first time I just typed into Google and went, what is this movie about?
Yeah, it.
Yeah.
So basically, Jason Shepard,
writes a
he
story
gets in
and
trouble at
gets stolen.
school. He's always lying about his homework. Oh, my dog ate my homework. But then one day, he actually writes his story for homework. And he gets in the car with Marty Wolf. He accidentally leaves his homework there. Marty steals the idea from his story to make a movie. Meanwhile, you have Frankie Muniz. He's trying to explain to the teacher, no, I must have lost it in this limo. They don't believe him. His own parents call him a big fat liar. It's cruel. Now he has to go on a quest to prove that Marty Wolf stole his movie.
Mhm. He goes out
It's
to
Paul
Los
Giamatti.
Angeles to take
Damn.
revenge. Yeah, Paul Giamatti. Yeah,
Can't get
Holy
enough of
the,
him.
the goat actor.
Literally better than his performance in Sideways,
love-
and I'll stick to that.
I love Paul Giamatti. He's one of my favorite actors.
How does he compare to Joaquin Phoenix?
Uh-oh. Not favorably, I guess.
I think after this year,
I like
Phoenix is
Joaquin Phoenix.
skyrocketing in my view. Like, you know, Joker and all that, he has so many classics. But this year, he proved himself to be the ultimate comedian for me.
Yeah, I mean...
I mean,
it was
my
definitely
favorite
good.
performance by Joaquin Phoenix is still in The Master as Freddy.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, when he gets fingered?
Yeah,
When he's jerking off on the fucking boat.
yeah, yeah. And his like first lines is like, you know how you get rid of crabs? First, you shave one half of your pubes, and then you take an ice pick and you just. It's like his first line in the movie.
It's great. He makes big sandcastle titties and feels them up. It's real good.
yeah.
Okay, let's wrap
Great
this up
movie.
with our final thoughts on Napoleon and whether or not we think it's Kino. Starting with Weekend.
Well, guys, I think this movie makes me feel complicated and conflicted. So it challenges me as a viewer, as an audience person. It makes me laugh. It makes me cry. It makes me angry. So I'm just gonna give it a 5 out of 10. So
Oh, wow.
Straight down the middle.
That's what you gave to Shrek 3.
damn, Shrek should be higher.
Wow.
What-
Shrek 3's better than this?
God damn it, Shrek 3 is terrible.
How could you not
I mean,
appreciate
Shrek the
Kino?
Third.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
bad. I need to respect
Filtered.
the
You guys
Shrek
are filtered by
franchise.
Shrek Tress. God damn it.
Look,
Shrek Tress.
Shrek the Third was great because Justin Timberlake was in it, and I love Justin Timberlake.
Who did he play?
Arthur.
Artie.
Hey, I wanted to
King
see if he knew.
Oh, okay, sorry, my bad.
See, the problem with
was-
Shrek
oh.
3 is that it's good the first time, but then the more you see it, the worse it gets. You know, it's just so
No,
bad.
it's always been
it's
bad.
like
Shut up.
That's the
It's like
Shire.
Napoleon, right, Florian?
Well, Napoleon gets better every time because, like, you get used to how stupid it is, and you can just enjoy it.
Is that your final thoughts, Florian?
We're Shire.
Well, I don't know. I'm baffled at the concepts and the things that Ridley Scott wanted to express with this movie, and I don't know how it ended up working so well, but it does. But I don't think that movies should go out there and try and be historical and then like totally fabricate a whole bunch of shit, you know. So I hope this doesn't become a trend, but whatever. I guess it could be.
I am totally down for historically inaccurate.
Making these historical dramas.
Now, I'm down for historically inaccurate biopics as long as it's for the sake of the film being more entertaining. Because that trumps everything else for me when I'm watching a movie. You know, there's
Fair.
plenty of documentaries and books about the guy you could read and watch, but this is the movie for us. This is the Incel Napoleon movie. It was made for us.
I mean, I like the vampire hunting, like Lincoln. That was fun. You know,
Yeah, that was
kinda
a famous biopic, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
you know, when you realize from the outset that it's bullshit, then it can be fun, you know. But this one, like, a lot of people will be fooled into thinking this is real, you know, and it's just so strange.
I just don't see any consequences if
Yeah.
people like wrongly think that he shot the pyramids. Like, okay, who cares?
Mumkey, so will you make a series?
That was
about
such a dumb
Napoleon?
scene.
Like literally me.
Napoleon, literally me.
was-
Yeah.
I did like when Josephine pulls up to the house and all of her shit is left out in the rain. I was like clapping, and I was so ashamed
yeah.
when he let her back in.
Oh damn.
You can't
Just
fool
like
her. Yep.
This
Where
movie
is
does reinforce some red-pilled thoughts. Like, if you hate women, you're gonna love this movie because Josephine's a horrible cunt.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
but he
knew
was-
that from the start that
Yeah.
he wanted that. I don't know.
Yeah. And you know what? Despite everything, Josephine was one of the last words he uttered. Like
Oh, they cover that. He says like France
Yeah.
something, Josephine.
the army, Napoleon,
Yeah.
and Josephine or something like that.
Wait, you're saying he said his own name?
Yeah, Napoleon, Josephine.
Rich, what are your thoughts? The final thoughts? Is it a good bad movie, a bad movie, or a movie you kind of like?
I liked this movie. I'd say a movie I kind of liked. I gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd, which is maybe high. It probably deserves 3.
Oh, fuck
Kino
you.
said.
I gave it 4.5.
I'm kind of giving it some leeway because I think there's a 4-hour cut of this movie that's much better. I really preferred a lot of the Napoleon and Josephine stuff that the movie had to deal with. There's a scene where it's like the very first thing with Josephine, she's like telling him like, you know, I like have had kids with other people and I like sleep around a lot. And he's just like, I don't care. That's fine. And then obviously he does care. And like, that's the kind of open relationship thing that always happens where it's like, yeah, the woman is going to sleep around a lot. And if you're not okay with that, guess what, dude? It's not going to be fun for you.
Well, and I think the real cuntiness isn't even the adultery, but when he's off at war and he's writing her letters, he says like you have not written me in months. If you really loved me, wouldn't you be writing me twice a day? Like that's how you know she does not actually care for him.
But is that what he wants is the thing? Like, does he want someone who will kind of ignore him and like treat him like he's dirt, and then he gets to fuck the shit out of her, and like that's the end of the day. Like,
he did seem a little sad that she was not writing to him, and then when the dude says that she's cheating, he seemed pretty upset.
Yeah. Yeah.
Napoleon had a please clap moment with Josephine, where please acknowledge my existence. Damn, that's just,
I mean, he's off at war, and his wife isn't even writing him any letters. You know, that's pretty fucking rough.
Yeah, but then there was a letter, and it just took a while to get there, you know? And then he immediately changed his mind. No, I take back my letter where I broke up with you. No.
Well, anyway, he comes back from battle, and like there's a front page headline that it's like your wife is sleeping with other people, which is the funniest thing that I have ever seen. And then
he's like, so he's like, are you saying this to me because my wife is a slut? Like he says that not long after.
Look, some guys like that. Some guys are into that. So if Napoleon was into,
Adam 22, maybe Napoleon can join. He can go on Adam 22's reality show.
Josephine the Plug
to bang his wife.
Yeah. I think that's very funny. I think it's very funny to recontextualize modern day men as if they were these great men back in the 1800s and such. And I just think it's entertaining. So I thought it was funny.
Okay, Kino, last one. Let's go. Finally, all of us will admit the movie's pure Kino. I want to hear it straight from your lips.
So... just to say something from earlier, his last words were France Army, the head of the army, Josephine, which I think contextualizes it, meaning that he loved France above everything else.
Isn't he head of the army?
I didn't quite...
did I hear right?
No, he was emperor, but it gets I've read into this a little bit, and some people have different interpretations of it, but I think that I didn't quite buy the whole his relationship with Josephine was the thing that, when he was with Josephine, that's when he was doing really well, and then when they split up, that's when all of his bad luck came about. I didn't quite like that parallel that they had in there. I did find it, the movie, to be pretty funny. But yeah, I gave it a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I might be going, but the more I think about it, I might be inching more towards a 5 out of 10. I like the look of the movie generally. I think it gets a little bit too dreary, but it feels like a weird cut of it. And as I said, I've already laid out my issues with the film overall. Oh, also speaking of Josephine's kids, her son grew up to be one of his top generals. So that's, and considering that he had a good relationship with her
Nepo
son,
babies.
And then that wasn't in the movie. I don't know. There's.
Do you say Nepo baby or Nepal baby?
Oh, I was gonna say that.
Whatever you want to hear.
Yeah. Damn it.
Go ahead, Kino.
Yeah. So I would not say that this is Kino.
What?
That's just crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna remove Kino from the call real quick. Let's see.
With all the effects that you would be so into, all the practical effects, damn, I'm shocked that you would think it'd be so bad.
I would say that if you want to watch really great movies that cover similar stuff, you should watch Bondarchuk's movies from the 60s and 70s. Those are incredibly Kino.
Is that the 5 hour long? Napoleon.
the 7-hour-long War and Peace,
Oh shit.
and then
Is
Waterloo.
that a mini-series? I think
Although-
I've seen that.
It's like a mini series, but in that mini series they had over 120,000 extras for the battle scenes.
Good lord.
They
I
literally
think
just
that one
put
was pretty good.
I'm sure they all
uniforms
got
on the-
paid well.
on
Naturally.
they employed the entire Red Army and put period dress on them. Waterloo's only 2 hours, but War and Peace is pretty long. But it's split up into 4 parts. It's like a mini series. So those are really good.
Does Waterloo
if you want,
cover
like, the
the
battles-
previous time as well, or just the Waterloo itself?
It just covers the lead up to Waterloo and then the battle. But yeah, Sergei Bondarchuk, in his films, the battle scenes are incredible, absolutely incredible, and it has War and Peace obviously has more of a focus on Napoleon's march toward through Austria-Hungary and Prussia into Russia, and and it goes way more in depth on like the whole burning of Moscow. It's obviously told from the Russian perspective, but it's quite harrowing. And it has more of like the French going out into the Russian hinterlands and freezing, and showing just how miserable they all were, which this film kind of glosses over. It shows a bit of it, but it was a huge low point for Napoleon. But like him abdicating happened like years after. It makes it seem like that was the thing that made them kick out Napoleon, but really it was that the entirety of Europe turned against him and formed a coalition against him, and he got like betrayed by some of his closest allies, and that's what I was meaning with like the fact that there are some major character points for him that the movie just disregards that would have actually been fairly interesting to see. Like, it would have been interesting to see, like, instead of just being like, oh yeah, now he's in Elba, now he's now he's abdicated, but like showing how like all these people that he had spent years developing alliances with just like start to hate him. I think, and actually showing the downfall, the movie really does kind of gloss over his downfall in a lot of ways.
Well, at least it makes sense because he's
not
such a rude dude all the time, so it makes sense that they would all betray him, suddenly.
Florian, since this is the Christmas episode of Is It Kino, can you do us all a big favor? And earlier this morning on Discord, you typed in 3 words, and I said, I want to hear you say those words out loud. Could you do that for us?
I thought you were going to bring up the context, but okay. Heartsy B. Wilden.
That's all I needed. Heartsy B. Wilden. What is the context? Is there even any context to have?
Yeah, you posted an article that someone wrote about Scott Ridley.
Oh, no,
the short cells,
Yeah, it wasn't an article. It was a 4chan post that said Ridley Scott is the Uncle Tom of manlets by making fun of Napoleon.
Yeah, I thought Heartsy would have written that, Would have made sense.
Now, he's too happy these days, but by the time this comes out, who knows?
How tall is Ridley Scott?
I think he's 5'8".
Wow.
Oh.
Your estimation of him as a man has plummeted.
Yeah, the respect is gone.
Yeah, the visible disappointment. I can hear it.
That's the only reason why
I
Kino
can see
comes on here is
disappointment
because
from his voice.
Yeah, me, Florian, and Weekend are all like 5'7", so that's why Kino feels cool hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just thinks he's so much better than us.
Yeah, him and E-Rich, those fucking bastards.
We look down on you.
Well, guys, it's Christmas time. Do you have any Christmas plugs?
Well, everyone check out my Rick and Morty video on the anti-reviews.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working on several new videos right now, so hopefully those will be out by the time this comes out. So go check this out.
Yeah, where's your killer video at?
I'm recording that today. So today is November 29th. I'm recording that today.
Okay.
So it should be out this weekend or early next week.
And Everett, you said you have a Blue Sky social media account to share.
Oh God, Jesus fucking Christ! Did I say I would find that the next time?
You did not. But what would you like to plug?
I'd like to plug the holiday season, cheer, mirth, joy, all of these bullshit constructs that supposedly make us happy. All right, on Blue Sky, I'm Revan113.8.beatsky.social.
Stupid.
Follow me on there. Yeah, it's very dumb.
It's a stupid name. And Weekend, where's your Marvels video? I'm dying to see this.
I was doing it, and I just did not give a fuck about the Marvels anymore.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I feel like this happens with all your videos. You're just like, this shit sucks. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, man.
We gotta cure Weekend's depression. I think you and me do need to do a collab video that might re-spark some creative juices for both of us, because I haven't posted in 3 months myself.
Damn.
Yeah, maybe we should,
Yeah.
You want to do a stream?
Well, we could do a stream, but I mean like a scripted fucking edited video.
Oh, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah,
That's a good question.
scripted videos get way more views.
And it's
How
just
about the Noroi?
you want to? Yeah, we could do a video on the Noroi, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
the Noroi. Yeah, sure, why not?
Wow, he's
Yeah.
finally getting it.
Well, no, is there a monkey in it? We should do a monkey movie, and you can collab on a monkey box.
Oh yeah, sure. How about Kong Skull Island? Did you like that?
We could potentially do that. Let's we'll talk after the
let's
show
talk
and
about
find some monkey movies.
Yeah, sure.
Is there like a Filipino monkey movie out there?
Oh, you know that Manny Pacquiao made a movie.
What the fuck?
Jeez.
No, it's just that my opinion of Mr. Pacquiao has diminished when he became a senator. Let's just say
I did not know he was a senator.
he became a senator in the Philippines, as you do in this country. You're an actor, you become a politician. You're a famous guy, you become a politician.
Yeah, who better to lead the country?
You become a policeman. I mean, so I heard from Thailand. That's how they do it in the Philippines.
Right.
Looks like Conor McGregor might be taking a note out of Pacquiao's book.
Yeah.
In Ireland. Ireland might become the new Philippines of Europe.
He wants to keep Ireland Irish.
Make Ireland great again.
He's gonna be blasting wolf tones, during his campaign speeches, I bet.
Okay, Florian, if somebody has listened all the way through this bullshit, what should they post in the comments below?
Well, they should post about how the horse exploded. And, they should say that they have a signed cannonball from the horse's torso. Okay,
I have a signed cannonball from the horse's torso.
That's gonna be it.
And they should answer this question. Do you think that the French army ate that horse after it died?
Almost certainly.
There's no way they didn't.
Because the
Horses
French
are
do eat
delicious.
horse.
I would try horse. It sounds good.
Yeah, don't they have a meal horse divorce or some shit like that?
Meal horse divorce.
No, it's
Oh
not a
my
literal horse, but it's a pun. Like, what do you?
It's a rhyme.
Or, like, I'm sure yeah, there you go. It's a small dish served before a meal.
What are we talking
basically
about?
the French term for appetizer. Yeah, there.
Does it
There
have
you go.
cannonballs?
The French word for appetizer has
hors
the word
d'oeuvre.
horse in it.
Hors
d'oeuvre.
hors d'oeuvres. Yeah,
It's not horse
Oh my
d'oeuvre.
god.
Oh, door first.
horse d'oeuvre. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Horse divorce.
First, of course.
when you're gonna devour a horse, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's why the word came about, because of what happened to the horse in the Napoleon movie, of course.
Oh, right.
Right. They
I
ate
remember
that
reading
before
that.
the main course. Yeah.
All right, for Izukino, happy Christmas and happy Atheistmas and Jewish Day and whatever's going on for your happy holidays.
Are you
Don't
Are
forget
you waiting for
Kwanzaa.
your presents to evolve under your science mystery?
I don't get presents in this household, but, if I had a Christmas tree, my cats would destroy it.
Just pray to Neil deGrasse Tyson to get your present.
As I do every night.
Naturally.
I didn't get any presents because I have no charisma.
You don't have.
Explain that one, E-Rich.
Presents spelled Presence.
Oh.
Hmm. Oh, like on the
Sounds like
podcast.
some hors d'oeuvre shit to me, bro.
That's some more derp shit.
Yeah.
Like soup.
You know,
Okay.
Weekend, that cheval is the French word for horse, so it doesn't even make any sense.
Wait, is that what chivalry
It's a
comes from?
horse thing.
Let me have this one, goddammit.
Wait, they
It's a
didn't
fun
name-
pun.
Hors d'oeuvres aren't
funny
named after
horse
the
pun.
English word for horse. Bye, everybody.
Why?
What's
See ya.
French for bye? Au
Adios.
revoir. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Au revoir.
No, it's
Or you
au
could say
revoir.
Au revoir.
It's
Or
hors d'oeuvre.
Hors d'oeuvre.
Au revoir.
revoir.
Like, it means like till I see you again.
Mhm.
Okay, bye.